Welcome back to Inside Lansing. Today's guest is Brian Hardy, the mayor of the Village of Lansing. Mr. Hardy, Mayor Hardy, thank you for being on the show.
Hey, Neil, thanks for having us. What a great morning it is. Super excited to, have this interview and speak to the people of Lansing.
And we're excited to have you on the show.
Hey, well, great. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been already 120 days. So I was going to ask you, how has that first 120 days gone for you? What challenges have you met, and what highlights have stood out for you in these first 120 days?
It's funny that you're saying 120 days. It feels like 12 days. It's just things have been flying by. I've been going to workshops, learning how to write grants, learn about economic development, learning about housing. So many things that I've been, working with, like I said, the South Suburban mayors and managers. What I love also is that just working with staff here and our department heads. And we got such great department heads here. They all love Lansing as much as I do. It's just a positive direction that we're moving Lansing in. During my campaign of last year, that was one thing that I always wanted to make sure that I was going to be present and available. And I feel that that's what I'm doing. And I really think that Lansing is moving, always has been, but moving in a great positive direction.
I think so too. And it's just funny how you say, feels like 12 days, so it's moved so quickly. It just feels like it's just moving along. Not like molasses, but like.
No, like I said, I can't believe that I've been the mayor of Lansing for 4 months now, and it's almost surreal to me. Every morning I got to kind of pinch myself. Hey, you're the mayor of Lansing, and I love being the mayor of Lansing. I really do. I mean, I take this job quite seriously, making some decisions. Sometimes, tough decisions, but, making good quality decisions on making sure that we're, moving Lansing in a positive direction. And like I said, the great things about what I love about it, I mean, some of the things that we've done already, we did that Hometown from WGN, and I thought that series was a great hit. We really promoted Lansing. And then just making sure that, the rest of the Chicagoland area knew that Lansing was definitely a great spot on the map, and you need to come down and make sure that you stop in Lansing.
You do. People do need to make sure to stop in here. Yeah. Now, I wanted to move to, you said you love being mayor. Mm-hmm. I think it's really important. I want to ask, what inspired you to go after being mayor? You were a trustee of ours for a while in Lansing, and now you're deciding, I want to be mayor. Yeah. Most people, there's a good reason for that. So what was your reasoning behind that?
The great reasoning behind it, it's been 40 years in the making. I'll be honest with you.
40 years?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've been a Lansing resident for 55 years. So back, in my early days in the 80s and the 90s, I was definitely working with, started with the Lansing Little League programs when my son was just 3-4 years old. I became a director of the Lansing Little League and then vice president of the Babe Ruth programs. But just getting involved in the Chamber of Commerce. I was a director there, and then I was the president. And then I was a commissioner on the planning and zoning, and then I was the chairman on it. Copper Mugger, president of the Lansing Copper Muggers. So, and then trustee, and then senior trustee, a business owner in Lansing for almost 38 years now. My folks moved out here in the early 70s. Again, I'll tell you, my mother was a Chicago teacher. There's 9 siblings, and my mother just taught us to make sure that we always stay positive, that we loved each other, and I think that those were some good home rule roles that my mother and father taught us, and I'm glad to be kind of making that happen again.
Economic development, that's probably a big thing on people's minds.
It is.
What are some exciting opportunities coming up with economic development in Lansing?
Over the last 8 years, we've had great economic development in our town here. As you see, the corridor on Torrance Avenue and our Ridge Road area. But even new things that are coming in. We have a Real Sausage, Nicole Mikowski. Right. She's bringing her sausage company in from Bridgeport, and that's going to be a staff of 40 employees. They're building their facility down on the north end of our village at 168th and Chicago Avenue. Just a woman that's just full of energy and so excited about coming into our village, and we're looking so forward to working with Nicole and her staff and really partnering up with our community. Another great thing is that we just had Napleton Kia. They actually did their ribbon cutting. Well, they're going to be doing their ribbon cutting. They did a soft opening, but from what I'm understanding, the place is large, right? Mm-hmm. I'm hearing that it's going to be the largest Kia dealer in the country.
In the entire country?
Yes, yeah.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. For sure in the Midwest, but it may be one of the largest Kia dealers in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. They bought the old Best Buy,
yep.
And then they actually put somewhere between $13 and $14 million into that. And what a great investment. And the building looks beautiful. But again, Napleton has been a great partner here in Lansing, with their Jeep and Honda dealer, and now we have their Kia dealer. So things are moving well there. Another economic development, we have True by Hilton. They broke ground, and they're over there around 172nd and the Torrance area by the old 5-story bank, the old Royal Bank,
right, yes.
Which is good news is that we're looking for bids right now to do a demolition on that building and then hopefully get another developer to build on that site. So we are getting rid of some, if you want to call it some eyesores. We got rid of the old Lansing Pioneer Motel, which, was in a day,
fine, right?
in its day was a nice hotel.
Yes.
But as it got, through the years, it got a little bit of an eyesore. And so we're glad that that's, now gone. And, history, there's some good history there, but we're also going to have some good economic development there as well. We have already broke ground and well underway on a building at Public Works. So we're going to have a great facility down there for staff and our residents to go down. And if they ever have any concerns or questions, they'll have a nice facility to go to. That also is going to be an emergency.
So that's going to be open for the public to come visit?
Yeah, right. There's no doubt. They're going to be able to, if the public has questions or concerns, there's going to be an entranceway.
And when do you think that'll be available for the public?
Well, our hope is that it's probably going to be ready within a year. And like I said, they're well underway, but there's still a lot of things that need to go into it. So my hope is that the residents will be able to utilize that building along with staff, like I said, within a year's time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I know on the other side of town, we have our lovely airport, the Lansing Airport. Do you have any plans with the airport at this moment?
Yeah, it's funny that you said that. We just had our staff meeting this morning, and my hope is to get possibly like a planner down there and maybe some development where this person would be able to go ahead and, what I'd like to see down there is more community events down there. I like to see possibly us bringing back the tri-motor. I don't know if you remember, we had the tri-motor that would come in,
yeah.
And we would have rides. People could go ahead and get rides for, a small monetary amount of money. But I would love to see maybe more air shows down there. So I'm definitely looking for an individual that's going to promote our airport. And I'm talking about starting from even our school kids. I think, if we can start, getting some kids interested in aviation, and down there, I think that would be a great thing. And, like I said, reaching out to 215, 158, and 171, our school districts there, I really think that would be, a great start. But again, I remember, as a younger man, we used to have air shows down there. We used to have car shows down there. We used to have just, an open house day down there where, the village, and community can come together and realize that, this airport is for them as well. To me, it is. It's a diamond in the rough.
I was just about to say a diamond in the rough.
It is, and that's one thing that I've always said about us having 8094 that runs right through the heart of our village. We have 400,000 cars that travel up and down 8094. Let's have them stop off, get some gas, get some food, do some shopping here. Spend a little bit of money, give them a very nice environment, and so that when they get back on their travels, they'll say, wow, we stopped in Lansing, Illinois. What a great little village.
The last question I have for you today just lies in thinking about the future. Yeah. Think maybe a few years down the road here, 5, 10 years. What do you hope to see for Lansing? What would be your hope for the future?
I'll just kind of go on a couple key points. Economic development for sure. Keep building our economic development. Safety, and for our residents, making sure that our police department and our fire department are always fully staffed and fully trained. And are out there and visible for our residents. I always want to make sure that I build my relationships with our townships, our Balloon Township, our Thornton Township. I want to make sure that I always reach out to our other local government officials, such as Senator Sims, Senator Napoleon. Those are key things. Congresswoman Robin Kelly, our commissioners, from Cook County. I've been blessed to meet with Donna Miller many times. But those are the relationships that I kind of want to keep building on, because those are the services that are key, for our residents. And again, our residents mean the world to me. So I'm always going to make sure that I'm out there doing my job as your mayor, getting everything that we can to help services and make sure that the safety and the lifestyle is great for Lansing. And working with the school districts, our park districts, we have all these other government entities in Lansing, that I always want to make sure that we always build strong bridges with, our libraries, our park districts, our school districts. So that's always going to be a key issue for me, is how do we facilitate and make sure that we're all on the same page and we have one goal, and that's making sure the lives of our residents are where they need to be. Well,
I think you summed it up really well, and we just want to thank you again for being on the show today.
Yeah, well, thanks, Neil. Thanks for putting me on the show. I always love talking about Lansing. It's so near and dear to me. Again, I love being the mayor of Lansing, and I just want to tell the people in Lansing, all our residents, I say hello. I appreciate the trust that you put into me, and like I said, I will always promise you I will give you 100%.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Inside Lansing.